Hey guys, gonna be starting up here real soon here. Sorry guys. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get in this here. Hopefully this should show up here. Hey, look at that. Looks like it's working or something.
Hey, listen.
guys, we're gonna go ahead and turn the music off for just a quick few minutes. Well, an hour and 30. Hopefully, maybe not that long. We'll see. We'll start it at there, and we'll see if we need to turn it up or not. See what they talk about today, man. First dev update of the new year. Let's get this going, boys.
Hey, listen.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to
And thank you for the
our
follows, guys.
Ashes of Creations development update for January 2021. It is 2021. Can you believe it?
It's the next year already.
And those that go ahead and come on in, if you guys have any questions about the game, don't know about it,
Up in a wrong spot. Whoops. There we go. Everybody's fixed.
don't be afraid to ask questions and everything,
Magic.
guys.
Welcome. We hope that you have had a glorious, glorious year so far. We know there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, but in Ashes of Creation, we have been kicking it, killing it, doing lots of awesome stuff. And this is going to be kind of a little bit of a longer live stream just because we have so much stuff to share with you all. So, you know, buckle up, get prepared, because we got a lot of stuff. I'm just going to quickly go through and introduce you to all of the lovely people here. I am joined by Stephen Shreve, our creative director. How you doing, Stephen?
I am doing well. Hello, everyone out there. Long time no see. Hope everybody had an awesome
I don't know exactly yet what I'll do
holidays
after
and
the
New
dev
Year's, and you
update.
survived through January thus far.
Definitely kind of want to go
and
over
are ready for the rest of 2020.
go over stuff in the video if there's a good amount of
I
stuff.
apologize in advance. My cat
and
just
then,
turned on the printer.
Probably gonna do some path.
And he's just scared himself. Stephen is glowing. It's primarily
Thank you,
because there's a
Hunter,
giant
and thanks
window
for
next to
the
him
follow
that's
and everything,
lighting
man. I
him
really do appreciate that.
And of course, we
Yes.
have with us Jeffrey Bard, our lead game designer.
If you come by again, interested about Ashes of Creation and everything, don't be
excited?
afraid
Feels
to
like a
ask some
long
questions
time,
about it,
but
man.
It really hasn't been. It's been like a month.
I know,
Been something
right?
I've been
It's because of
following
holidays, I
since
think.
It's a long
for almost 2
month.
I
years
think it's been a
now.
little bit longer, though, right? Because our December stream was on the 22nd or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did it a little earlier because of the holidays, so that makes sense.
So it's been almost 6 weeks.
The next one will seem like it's too close because they're gonna.
But thank you
really
for the
closer
follow.
together.
Really do appreciate
But
that.
With that, and I'm of course Margaret Crone. I'm your community marketing lead. I manage community marketing stuff, and you know we have a whole slew of amazing other folks who are not able to join us today because we're on we're all work from home. But we do have a little bit of a surprise. They may have a food-oriented name, so stay tuned for that.
Food-oriented name?
Yeah, food-oriented name.
Is it Peter Hamburger?
We'll be covering reminders, the studio update, design update, as well as web design update, and environment art, as well as character art, and we'll be doing our Q&A. I like that there's been a lot of guesses in chat. So with that, I'm going to go through our quick updates really quick, that's what they are. So first and foremost, we have our monthly cosmetic swap over as well. We'll
Okay.
grab that. Our monthly cosmetic swap over will be the Paragon's Vigil, and it is scheduled for February 10th, 2021 at 11 a.m. You can check out the news.
Glad to hear that,
posts.
man.
We announced all the
Don't be
goodies on
afraid
there.
to
Our
listen in.
December
Have any questions about it? Just let me know, man.
dev discussion
I know
went out,
most about
and
what's happened
Host
in the
has
game.
already, consolidated the answers for us and sent that over to design team. That is our dev discussion logins reward.
Right now,
We had
Ashes
a lot of
Creation
amazing
is
and
right now the
interesting
single MMO that I'm
conversation from
most
you all, so
excited
thank
for.
you so much for sharing that with
At least
us.
within the past few
That was a
years.
hot topic.
That was
Yeah.
a hot topic.
It was even.
It was even. I mean, that was a small sample pool, but
Yeah.
I think that I was really unaware, actually, about the stigma associated with login rewards and how they are sort of pressure tactics as opposed to the reward they're supposed to be, right? But I liked a lot of the opinions, and it illuminated a little bit more the position that people have against them. So through that discussion and why it's always so beneficial to have these discussions, I think I've changed my mind on utilizing that as a reward system, and we'll probably rethink a better way to kind of reward players for their time in the game, because it can equalize, or not equalize, but it can be something beneficial to more casual players, but not a log and reward, not something that's pressure tactic-y. I think that's really what the sentiment that came across to me.
Yeah, and of course, you can still submit your feedback in there. The thread's still open. We would love to hear back from you guys on that front. And we do have our next one. I heard that there's a typo in that, so Toast is like, oh no. And of course, we have our dev discussion coming up soon for February. That will be on Ideal Classes, so stay tuned for that. We also have some guild-specific things coming down the line, so we'd love to get your feedback on those things as we flesh out more of those systems. And reminder that we have our playtest coming up. Our next one is our February playtest. That will be February 19th through February.
Oh shit, man!
22nd.
Thank you,
That is
thank
what
you.
We are scheduled for.
Actually,
but that is all of the things.
that's
or
awesome.
quick
I had
updates that we have going on.
with so much stuff going on in
And
that
I'm gonna
Discord and
toss it
everything. It
over
means a
to
lot
lovely
that the mods
Stephen
and stuff
Chase to give us a
actually
studio
like come
update.
in and check the
Yes,
other
thank
creators'
you.
stuff, man. I
The
really,
studio update
really do
is
appreciate
we
that.
actually just recently finished some retrospectives on the December test that each department held, and got a lot of good feedback, obviously, from the community, from our testers, good metrics and data from the test itself, practices and procedures internally at the
I
studio.
bet, man.
Everybody had great
I'm
things and
I'm
input
still
into it.
scrounging around trying to
Now
get
we
an Alpha
track
1
and
key
look
on
to
a
improve
couple
upon. So really these
giveaways and stuff, but
milestones are beneficial.
I'll at
not
least
just
be
for
able
the
to
project, but for
participate
the
in
studio
Alpha
as
2
well.
when it starts up.
And we had a great time going through those retrospectives. Additionally, you may have noticed that I think it was about 2 weeks ago, we started posting some additional jobs at the studio, and I think we will probably
We're
actually
filling
have.
some of them.
Yes, we are already filling them.
moving fast.
We just had our first hire of the new year join us last week, I believe, or maybe it was Monday actually. I think it was Monday. Nathan.
Yeah.
Nathan, a new QA specialist, joined the team. Congratulations, Nathan.
I think we had two.
Have we had two? Oh, we did have two. We had another engineer that started.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
sorry.
Like, I
Yeah,
swear I
definitely, man.
remember
You'll
seeing
definitely
something.
see me around. I promise.
Mikhail started actually in the first week of January as well. So the studio is growing. We are probably actually, I think we're going to have over 30 positions that are going to be available in this first round of hiring. We're working with some new recruitment agencies as well to help fill some of the more specific roles, the more senior oriented roles as well. So if you haven't had an opportunity to check that out, I know that community's been putting it out on socials. Feel free to share that. The more you guys help us spread the word about the project, about the company, about everything we're doing here at Intrepid and on Ashes of Creation, the better amount of people we have applying and the quality of people. And it's really just, it helps a lot if you guys go out there and help spread the word.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much word of mouth makes a big difference.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
you think it's a
Yeah.
small thing. And also, even if you don't have like a ton of following on like a social platform, you don't even realize how much the algorithm picks up on you just retweeting or liking or commenting on things like that. So it does make a big difference in it showing up in other people's feeds.
If you don't have a big following on social media, that's okay. You
Yeah.
just tag somebody that does, and you.
Oh gosh, the
I'm
new
just
YouTube
giving it-
drama? Is that what you're referencing?
Yeah.
Oh god, it's too funny. Just
So
like put in all the keywords in there, like every big word that you can think of. No, don't do that.
Exactly.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Yes. So that's all going well. And then additionally, outside of that, we are still pending a final move-in date back to the studio. Things are looking better than they were in December. So that is good. And hopefully they continue in that trend. And there's no crazy variants coming out of this virus. But otherwise, that's pretty much the studio.
Sadly, already we've heard of
All right,
crazy
well, we
variants
do have
happening
a
on the
lot of
East
design
Coast.
stuff, so
Hopefully it
first and
stays
foremost,
over
do
there.
you want to do a little bit of a preface, or Jeff, maybe you want to talk about kind of what's going on the design front towards
listen.
Alpha 1 before we play a
Hey
video?
guys, thank you for the follow.
Sure. Again, kind of recovering from the last milestone and the last test, kind of going through all that data, figuring out stuff that we did right, stuff that we could improve upon, and kind of making those changes to the team and kind of how we run things sort of like at a top level. And then also doing our planning for our next milestone. So, we learned a lot of stuff from the last test, and we're going to continue to make changes based on that stuff. And so anytime we get feedback, right, it changes a little bit of what our plan is. We have like a long-term plan, but that long-term plan always has stuff comes up along the road and you want to adjust to it and you want to kind of tighten things up as you go forward. So that's kind of what we're in the process of right now. We have some things that we don't need to tighten up, and there's a bunch of designers working on quests and population and some of the like underlying mechanics, pushing some of those systems forward. And then there's other folks who are kind of writing up documentation to deal with some of the things that we learned from the last test. So, we're a little bit planning, a little bit moving forward, and then we're going to probably hit our first gear coming up next week, and we'll really start hitting the content pipeline.
Yeah, we just did
Jeff.
retrospectives for the year, and Stephen has been taking a lot of that feedback in as well.
Yeah, so Jeff, I just want to remind you, next week actually is February. I just thought you might enjoy.
Look at his
Just
face.
enjoy that. Just like, wait,
No.
what? No.
We have a milestone in February.
I know. No, but you guys are going to be seeing a video here coming up. We're going to do this video
Yeah,
shortly.
we're
I
gonna
just
do
want
like right now. like, as
Perfect.
soon
I
as
just
you're
want to
ready.
preface that we are working from home, and I decided last night that I'd jump on with Bacon, and I know Bacon is beloved by everyone in the community, and chat with him a little bit about the environment team and how the process goes about creating an MMORPG world, doing it in the game. But just so you're aware, be prepared. Bacon has a very colorful mic because Bacon is a colorful person. So because of that, you may see some spikes in the voice, and that's okay. Just
I put
prepare
a
your
compressor
ears.
on it, so I hopefully it has some, but like I could not edit a lot of it because like some of it like he just peaks and gains. So I apologize in advance.
Yeah,
I did my
but
best.
the obligatory preface here obviously is this is Alpha 1. This is the preview of Alpha 1. Keep in mind this is not a finished product. This is still a work in progress. If you're just joining us, we do have an open development. Our project is an open development, so you get to see the nitty gritty and under the hood, so to speak. So keep that in mind.
All right. And with that, we will be playing a 25-minute video. So we'll see you in about 25 minutes. Oh, were you saying something, Jeff?
I forgot to hit my key. I'm
It's
just saying
okay.
we'll see you on the other side.
See you on the other side.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another stream day on Ashes of Creation. I hope you guys are all doing
They do
great
it
out there.
every
We are
time.
here back
Every
with another
time,
video
guys.
in the alpha.
Every time. For one thing, the last two dev updates that they did, Steven was showing stuff off. There's this random volcano in the background. And not only is it a random volcano, you can see it erupting.
Fun
Look at
of
that.
Ashes of Creation on
Look at
video.
that.
And I am joined
see it erupting
by
in
the
jet.
man, the myth, the
This is Alpha 1. Alpha 1. God damn, man, Look, I'm 31 years old. A lot of kids in the game are going to call me old man for this, but back in my day, Alpha 1 did not look this good. Back in my day, Alpha 1 was just blocks and code. Sometimes you didn't have textures at all. Old man Charlie coming into play. Let's get back in. Come on.
legend, one of my favorite people in the world, Mr. Michael Bacon.
Oh, you built that up way too much. Hello.
Very happy to have you here. I know the audience, you're a fan favorite, Michael. You know that.
Yeah,
And
right.
we love to
love him.
hear, yes, we love to hear, about what really goes into making an MMO world, because you have a ton of experience and you've worked on so many projects, and just going through your portfolio is like seeing some of the legendary games that we've all loved and treasured over the years.
Dude, you're building this up way too much.
I'm just being
How am I
honored.
gonna follow that?
No, but I mean, you and the team, the environment team, are doing such an amazing job. Every time I'm watching updates of the world just being built, I'm like, oh, this is getting better and better.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, team's
yeah.
done an amazing job for sure.
How have things been going so far for this Alpha 1 with you guys?
Good. I mean, it's a lot of work. I mean, obviously, it's the biggest game I've ever worked on. So yeah. But yeah, everybody's excited with the work that we're doing, and we really like the way this biome's turning out, which is great.
Yeah, the
And-
biome is turning out great. As a matter of fact, I have my UI turned off just so I can get the full like look at everything. And we're actually, I mean, we're in a pretty interesting spot right now in this particular map. We're on top of a giant like rock canopy, aren't we?
Yep. That's where we are. Over the.
I will say, out of
plateau,
all the stuff that I've seen,
kinda
the
area.
grass looks good, but the flower bed,
yeah,
So what's been some of your
Some of it looks a little
favorite
bit too
aspects
much
of
2D.
this particular milestone for Alpha 1 and building kind of
but
this
again, Alpha 1 guys.
can I actually walk and talk at the same time? Yeah, I guess I can. What was the question again?
so great. No, what's been some of your favorite aspects of this Alpha 1, you know, and the building this part of the world?
Oh, obviously the environment.
The other
is
thing I like
gorgeous.
is
just
Steven's character looks
the
like an
content,
assassin.
or the theme that we used on it with the being the tropics. Sorry, I cannot do this at the same time. I'm like crisscrossing hands now. Trying
Sorry,
to get
guys.
You got using this push to talk thing. It's like crazy. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, right here. I'm sorry.
I can only walk straight and talk at the same time.
Oh, you're killing me. That's so great. This is gonna be great. No, that's fine. Let's just let's go up here to like the edge, and then we can just kind of sit here and talk a little bit with this vista, I guess.
Yeah.
I love the canopy nature of this. Hold on, let me see if I can jump on a mount.
Oh, the launch, man! It's literally Alpha
Guys,
1
we're
testing
doing
is just
this
happening
live.
right
By
now.
live, I mean we're recording it the night before, and there's
This
not gonna be
is
any
like
editing.
they're doing Alpha 1 and at least Alpha 2
Yeah. So,
this
anyway,
year,
just
and then
tropics,
betas
this is the
next
nature of the
year.
tropics biome. It's
So
really cool.
we're
I'm
at
very
least
excited.
2
I'm
years
just,
2 years away from
sheer
getting like
size.
launch date.
Like
on
these
this game.
The rock canopy that we're on right now is just huge. It's just really cool to
Oh man, this is
space.
a amazing MMO
I just
that I've been
jumped off the
following
edge.
for another 2 years now.
to show the distance.
I'm just jumping right into the water.
Oh, there.
The most expansive
150 in damage.
MMO
No, did you die?
that
No,
I've followed at
surprisingly.
least in the
I'm
last
gonna
like
swim
8
over
years.
Just to kind of give everybody the perspective of this huge rock canopy, where like ships can float through and whatnot, or sail through, I guess. Another thing that's been interesting is, and maybe not a lot of players get the opportunity to see, is there's obviously considerable portions of the map that still need to be built and have cool. Oh. Wow, there's some weird looking seaweed over here. I'm actually really concerned. Where'd you go?
In the water? No, well, I'm out of the water. I'm on the shore.
Which shore
Yeah,
did you go? Did you go north or south?
I think it went south.
I went south too.
I should be just underneath the rock canopies. You talking about the kind of black seaweed? Is that going on? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. It's not supposed to be black.
I was like,
it's
it's
FYI.
ominous.
It's not supposed to be black. Yeah, there's some rendering issues going on there. We'll figure it out. This is work in project or progress, people.
Yeah, absolutely. Try to come out near the southern entrance where it like goes back towards the main island where the water's still at under the canopy.
Okay, hold on a second.
And right now,
Another thing I love
the main guy
about
who's
this map is
talking
that-
is
and probably
the
everybody in the audience knows this, is
the
that
owner
giant volcano. I try to put it in as many
of Intrepid,
parts of the screenshots that
who's the main
I leak.
It's going to be in every.
the main
biome.
guys behind Ash's creation, and then
Just like
the other
a
guy that's
unique
talking.
volcano for each biome.
Where do you see you at?
So I'm looking at the volcano.
Okay,
and I'm like,
we're gonna pause
over
this so that I
near
can
the,
put this little bit out here. I was part of the New World beta. There were several things that happened in that beta that almost immediately turned me off on that game. Number one, which sucks. One thing about MMO, you get combat right, you're good. Or not you're good, but you're at least in a decent spot. You get combat wrong, and you're already limping at that point. I found the combat in New World to be way too clunky and slow. Especially for one that's trying to be a action-oriented MMO. Second thing, and this is their beta, so I have to give them at least some credit in this. Or at least not be as harsh as I would as if this was like day one launch. A lot of their in game that they had there was non-existent. A lot of their questing was just bland, like blander than WoW questing. And I would definitely check it out again. But I don't think that's gonna be an MMO that I will be spending time on. But we will see. I don't have with what I saw, I don't have confidence that New World will be decent enough for me to want to put time in while I'm waiting for Ashes. But I will also say that when another beta comes around for that game, because I wasn't the only one with those thoughts, and a bunch of other streamers who have a lot bigger audience than me had those thoughts as well, and told them to the developers. And as you know, I haven't heard anything new on New World for a bit now since that beta. So we'll see what happens. See what they come up with and everything.
Hey, listen.
Thanks guys for the follows and everything. But that's kind of my overall opinion on what I experience of New World and its little open beta that they gave to streamers and a couple streamers communities and stuff, which I was able to partake in.
The entrance to this canopy on the ground, like at the sea level.
Oh, okay. I'm way ahead of you.
Hey,
right.
listen.
Hey man, thank you for the follow.
So, another thing that's cool about the map.
2 years is a ways away.
And this is
but you'll be able to.
The world map of Vera. This particular area has really cool like coastal inlets and coves and whatnot. That's gonna.
They've been putting out decent
ship playing pretty fun.
updates and stuff
how's
pretty
it been
recently.
kind of, building this world with all this ocean content and just kind of like.
Yeah, I hear.
what's
I
going
feel
on
your
in the water.
MMO itch.
Yeah,
I
it's
really
kind
do.
I can imagine.
A lot of
But
stuff.
so
Just
far,
sheer
this
size
game
is
has been
crazy.
ticking
just, like,
every
populating
box
it
for
and
me.
detailing it out. Yeah, it's a monumental.
And I can't tell you how many times I've
Yeah, for sure.
gone
Has
into
it been-
WoW over the past couple years. I've
Have
gone
there been
into
any, like,
try
real
to do
discoveries that you've made
Guild
in the
Wars.
process of, like, going through building the
it's
Alpha 1,
been a drag
the portion of
as
the
I
world
get
map
into
that
it, and then
Alpha
I'm like,
encompasses
oh my god,
that has caused you kind of as an
this
environment
shit
team to rethink
sucks.
approaches
Why the
and
fuck am I
change
playing it?
things, essentially.
Oh, jeez, that's like daily.
I immediately
for sure.
log on, and then I realize,
That's
oh
just
yeah,
in
this is
general,
why I
it's-
left.
It's work in progress. a lot of variables going into it, and just trying to figure out the the problems that we come up with, just creating this kind of sheer size of a world and getting everything to work properly.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's been actually really interesting to see the node system progress, out of its kind of first
recently,
functional stages
I
that
will
we
say
had
the
it
thing
in,
that's kind of been
now
passing time
to
for me
its,
is
more
I've been
scalable
interested in a few
stage
other
where
games.
it's leveraging custom tool sets and technology to kind of to propagate the node system from level to level in real time.
Yeah, it's been really exciting. That specific system.
Platform system, yeah.
Yeah, it's been neat watching it kind of.
And actually, I don't mind
grow
talking
into
over
what
this a little
what it's
bit because they're
becoming.
just kind of going
I
over
think once we
some details and getting
hitting, like,
interviewing one of the main
Yeah, for sure. And the cool thing
designers.
was, what was always
Um,
kind of my concern, I
been
guess,
doing a lot
especially
of Path of
when,
Exile
I
with
thought
their
of it
new
in the first
season
place
that came
was
out.
how
Really
we
enjoying
can
that.
make sure that the
And there's
representation
been
of these
a few other
various
games.
scenes across
The main
world
thing that kind
are
of
going to
ticks
be
my
diverse,
itch right
not
now
just cookie cutter
is I do a lot of
representation
tabletop
of what players are going
Pathfinder,
to see and say,
D&D,
"Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff
this
like
is the
that.
same looking movie
Every
scene
week
I
we have
saw
a
all
persistent
across
campaign that
Oh, yeah,
we
for sure.
that me and my group do.
Yeah, I think the system
As far as
design
my
is
like
really
role playing
going on
and
really,
RPG
really
itch, that
helping
really
capture
scratches it, at least for the moment.
that
And
diversity.
let's look.
Yeah, I think like once we really
That's
start,
kind of what
getting
feeds
into
my time
layouts,
in
the different
right now,
layout
while I am like
possibilities,
begging for
that
more
way,
Ashes of Creation content so that I can
yeah, you're gonna it's
try and
gonna be-
expand that word for
amount
it
of
and
that
sing
we
it
can go to
praises
cities is gonna be
and
pretty amazing.
tell people what I like and don't like on it.
The seaweed is so scary. I don't know where you're at actually.
in the weeds somewhere.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I think I'm under the rocks.
You're under the rock.
In that main.
I know that was a bit of a long
I'm gonna come into the main inlet
explanation
area
and
and try
everything
to-
there, but
Um,
trying to
one
give
other
you
thing
full
that's
my
interesting,
full thoughts.
How many biomes are gonna be in Ashes? A lot of people are interested. Top your head.
I think it was like 20, right?
Yeah, I think it's 18.
18.
Basically 20. Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
And how do we go about generally kind of, coming up with these biomes? I know that players have seen the world map, and they've seen kind of that cut up and represented through different terrains, and, like tundra and snow and grass.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just wanted to represent just about every biome type under the sun, really, and just have enough diversity over the world that, like, when you went from area to area, you really just got a contrast of, different biome types and, being able to experience that. So, I mean, I think we just went for as wide as possible, pretty much.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
remember. Gosh, it must have been at least 2 or 3 years ago now, when you first kind of developed that. Mega
Let me see if I can
confluence
actually.
section on, biomes and all the different examples and reference images, real world images of the visual diversity that exists in our real world on Earth, and
Yeah.
how we can take that as inspiration and fantasize it up a bit, and employ them throughout the world of Era.
Yeah, and that's still a work in progress. I mean, we're constantly as we're going
Zach
through, like, the conceptual
Galifianakis.
paths and things like
No,
that,
man, that has
we're
actually
still
not
figuring
come
it
up.
out.
Wow.
Adding as much of that sort of high fantasy element.
I
so,
I
yeah,
I
when
could
they're
see it
done,
there,
it'll
man.
be,
I got you.
know,
I got you on that.
something
All right.
cool.
No, that is completely new, man.
I mean, it really sets the stage. Really, in my
That's
opinion, when
really
you kind of,
funny.
like,
I like
are
that.
part of these vast worlds, these fantasy environments, that you have the opportunity to be immersed and kind of captivated by what resembles real world, biome, but also has that flair and fantasy. That
Oh my
just kinda
god.
sets it
Come
apart
on,
and
go
takes
to
it up
this
a
other
notch.
side here for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of our, like they're kind of like we had kind of set like early on where we would have one foot in sort of real world and second foot, kind of up in the air, the stratosphere,
Yeah.
with the fantasy element of it. So we're just kind of trying to straddle that line between the two, to get a real grounded, feel of the environments, but then at the same time, you know, there are high fantasy elements of it, you know, cool silhouettes, you know, that we do with the vegetations and rock formations and, you know, that kind of thing. And, you know, and really just punching up the amp, you know,
Right.
just trying to like punch up the environments, you know, in a way that's just like, you know, they're just gorgeous and they're fun to play. And
I will say, if you're interested
just
in
sort of
any of my other
I'm still trying to find
Ashes
you.
Creation
I'm
content, I have that all
grappling
on my
this
YouTube,
structure. Where are you at?
which I'll go ahead
what was
and
that?
send that YouTube, and also there's my Twitter.
I am frozen.
Where?
I'm frozen. I can't move.
Oh, really? Here,
Um, yeah.
let me summon you. Maybe I can do. I have to get off this thing.
Basically, all of their other videos that they come up with, all their class previews that they come out with, all their other
Oh, that's strange.
dev updates and stuff. I also
Everything
streamed
unedited, just
being part of their Glorious
raw
Gourd
and
contest,
awesome.
um,
All right, hold on.
where I tried to win an Alpha 1 key, making carving a pumpkin, and I did it with my son
Try to summon.
on Halloween or near Halloween. So there was that.
Are you mounted or dismounted?
I think total it's been 2 class previews. They did a mage one, and then the first one was the cleric or priest one.
Something. And it probably was. Did you get a loading?
No, I got nothing.
Oh. Well, I don't think I
Yeah,
can
I-
summon.
Yeah, I'm completely frozen. I could see the world moving in front of me, but I can't move.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, I'm just going to roam around the world while we talk.
Sure, that sounds good.
Yeah. So how many biomes are represented in Alpha 1?
Just one.
Thanks, man.
mean, well, no,
I
that's
think
not
that
true.
was you
I actually
subscribing to
got
the YouTube.
The
Really, really appreciate that, man. Thank you.
main center island
Right.
that has like Sahara and a few other different types. I think we
Kinda
got
like
some.
floodplain.
And all on the
Yeah,
YouTube is all of
flames,
my
yeah,
tabletop
kind of
stuff
got
as
some
well,
Snow up in the mountains and that kind of thing. So I guess it's
which
probably
we do
like
that every
4
Thursday.
Kind of biome types.
Every Thursday night.
That make up that island, and then the rest of it's tropics.
Which is your favorite so far?
My favorite is this one.
The jungle. The jungle.
The jungle.
Kind
Yeah,
of
the
jungle
tropics.
slash
Yeah.
tropics.
Well, this is like not really jungle. It's more like its inspiration was taken from like Bora Bora and Thailand and just seashells.
Yeah, I love
that
the
kind of
work with the
stuff.
trees and stuff. Who worked on most of this foliage? Is that Mia?
Yeah. She's fantastic. She's my sister.
Oh, it's so good. So great.
It's same birthday.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
She's fantastic. Now she's an amazing artist. I've worked with her for a decade, you know, over at Sony, and yeah, just all of her work is just amazing. Always has
I noticed that, you know, something interesting, and saw some commentary from players who participated, the thousands of players who participated in our December Alpha 1 pretest, that it's cool to look across a view in a game and literally be able to see like something that is kilometers away, you know, like, and
Yeah,
just kind of progress to that area, and it doesn't change, and it's not like an instanced or a wallpaper, and actually like walk up to the volcano or walk to that other shore.
Good, man. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate
Like, I'm
that.
looking at it right
Don't be
now,
afraid to
just
stop
kinda-
by later.
The other thing I know Brian did a lot of work on
Always
this
check me
for
out
the
whenever you
lighting
can, man.
systems,
I really appreciate
but
that.
eye adaptation
Thank you.
as you kind of like approach, you know, the water and
Enjoy the
things
content,
dim
man.
a little bit in the general view, and if
Yeah.
you look
Hey,
away,
listen.
right, it kind of lightens up. You look back.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
Hey, guys.
also
Thank you,
done
thank
a
you,
lot
thank
of
you for the
cool
follows,
stuff,
guys,
like, going
and
into
tuning in.
interiors and exteriors and having the adaptation stuff working pretty cool on that.
Yeah. So one of the things I'm looking at right now, like across this ocean, I'm looking at these kind of unfinished shorelines. You know what I mean? And can you talk a little bit about like from Alpha, when we move out of Alpha 1? Actually, while we're still in Alpha 1, you guys are working on this. But when we move out of Alpha 1, the rest of that world, that 400 plus square kilometers, all that stuff's getting worked on and getting built, and players get to see that kind of unfinished aspect of it, like I'm looking at right now across the well, maybe I can start moving over there and just show. But like, can you talk a little bit about like what goes into that process? How do you guys plan on creating, just like moving in a direction away from Alpha 1 and start choosing which biome to work on next, and what area to develop next?
Well, I mean, we have the general sort of layout where we basically take the terrain, the entire 400 kilometers, and like at least get it built in a very rough sort of way, just so we can test and run through like the entire area, the entire world. But then, like what we're doing right now is, we're starting with the tropics, which is what was it, over on the southwest side, and then like we'll start spreading out into the other biomes that are connecting to it, and it'll be kind of like a more organic sort of development environment where we're blending, moving into these other areas that are connected to this, and then we'll just keep doing that until we finally get the entire world kind of put together. So like awesome. Yeah, so in this particular one we're in the tropics, but if you go north, you're going to be into the tabletop mountain area, which I believe are I believe they're dwarven. I think those are the Nakua dwarves.
I just died.
Oh, did you die?
I just died.
Oh no!
And I don't have a resurrect screen. Oh, it's because of you guys.
Oh,
I'm resurrecting. Sorry. Yeah, so the hilltop ones are north of.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that actually we revealed that. I don't know if we revealed where exactly on the map this was, but now people know we can't edit it.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, just keep going then.
Yeah, no, you're good. You keep going.
All right. Well, so over to the east we have the Riverlands, which is kind of like your classic, classic Riverland sort of biome, and then further north from there we start moving into the desert regions, and further south from the tropics we start going into like the heavy jungle area.
I'm excited to see the hilltop stuff.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think that's probably the next one we're going to tackle.
Like cool crap.
Yeah, well, plus also, it's like when we're working on this tropic zone, I mean, when you look off over the distance, all that landscape that's supposed to be there isn't there yet, right? So, it'll be nice, like as we're filling this out, where you actually start really seeing more of the world, coming online, and, and the tabletop mountains in general, because they're just so vertical, they should be towering over a lot of the areas of the tropics over on this side. And so like you'll be able to climb those mountains and get up on
That raptor looks awesome.
And explore that.
Oh my God. Look at that. Is it a raptor jumping?
MMO that you have played?
Damn, man. Damn.
Jeez.
Double dog damn.
I'm terrible with being put on the spot.
Oh, no, okay, you don't have to answer. What's the favorite thing you like to do in MMO?
I like just taking note. Well, all right. Me and MMOs, I like running around killing people. that's my favorite.
Bacon is a PvP?
Oh, totally. Yeah, it's just like run around, explore the world. Oh, look at this guy over here. What's he doing? Take his stuff, and Yeah. Sorry.
Have you ever played an MMO that had like ship combat or pirating and stuff like that, where you can like take other people's things?
No, I mean, except for not pirating and the old ship stuff. I mean, we used to play. What was the first version of that where you could run around with your little naked guy? It was like I don't remember what the name was called.
You're playing a different MMO than me. I don't know. I didn't run around with a bunch of naked guys.
One of the first ones. One of the first major ones that came out. What was it? I just drawn a blank.
Oh, like Ultima Online or?
Yeah, Ultima Online.
There you go.
Yeah, I think it was that. Yeah, it's like you're running around. This is like naked dude. You're just yanking people and taking their stuff, running away so you don't get caught.
One of the best experiences I had with naval stuff, and I've always talked about this in the past, was ArcheAge had really cool naval systems, and
cool.
It was really great when from at least from a PvP perspective, and they also had some some cool PvE aspects of naval combat. But a PvP perspective is you could literally pirate people's hard-earned packs and stuff, and I enjoyed that. I guess it could be a little toxic, but it was a lot of fun. And when I'm seeing areas like ours with these types of of just water gameplay, these zones that are really constructed from a level design standpoint to facilitate interesting combat scenarios between players on different types of ships, where they have choke points and they can utilize the terrain. I love that aspect of world building. I think that's
Yeah,
super
that's
cool.
yeah, that's where I want to really see this going as soon as we get ship combat in, and just being able to take command of vessels and and
Yeah,
sail around.
that
and
jump animation
get a-
is really
create
good.
havoc. Actually, as far as MMOs and stuff, I've been playing actually a lot of Red Dead Redemption lately, and they got a lot of really cool stuff going on.
Oh yeah, they did a great job with that.
Yeah, just the level of detail and that kind of thing. So
I think my
so
favorite
a lot
thing
of that.
about I think my favorite thing about Red Dead Redemption 2 was just the funkiness that could happen with the horses.
Yeah, totally.
I
Like when you're running and you hit a fence and your guy gets knocked off and over the fence. Yeah, it's
I
fun.
love those
Great stuff.
developers that they left that in to just. It's just super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why like right now we're working on the the big systems and things. But when we start getting down into like the details, just being able to create such finite sort of detail, in the characters and and mounts and ships and travel and that kind of thing. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's very
And
cool.
just the cities and the just the building of the cities and stuff is gonna be awesome. I'm really looking forward to getting to where you can level up all the way through camp to Metropolis and just seeing that whole thing.
Oh yeah,
That's the thing that we haven't seen it in any other MMO really. Not to this degree at all. Like not even
literal like
close.
fantasy Sim City, where
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
complete with player governments and all that stuff is literally a dream come true, at least from.
I gotta say, like the first time that we saw like recently, it's just since last. Oh, I think we were even doing it in 0.5, but when we first started seeing those buildings actually animating, building up, when you're building them,
Oh yeah.
that was really cool.
Oh, it was very cool. And I mean, it brought to life really something that, before that was just on paper. And then now, we saw that in kind of a blockout form. And then boom, here was this animation for it, these effects. And it was like, oh, wow. I can see this. Now I can actually visualize what it's going to be like to watch a city develop. And
Oh, yeah, for
develop by
sure.
the dictation of the community and the players. That's such a cool
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think that is probably going to wrap it for us. I know Margaret's going to kill me for the length of this probably, but we'll see. But Bacon, thanks for joining me. I know the community loves you and loves the work that your awesome team, everyone on the environment team is doing and helping to create this beautiful world. So keep
they're
up the
amazing.
great work, buddy.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll see you back on stream, guys.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Well, I wouldn't kill you for how long that is. Come on.
Well, I figured today's probably going to be another hour and a half or 2 hour long stream.
Yeah, it's more about how long it is, but I'll just take my lunch later. I have to deal with it. It's more about Jeff. Can Jeff survive it without his stomach growling?
Oh, I'll be fine.
I have trusty gummy bears.
Are they homemade or are they?
Oh no, I don't know
Okay.
what they are.
How do you
Because I
make-
know. Well, we have a friend who makes gummy bears and gummy
Do we?
worms and stuff.
Oh yeah, Cliff
Yeah.
makes gummy
Oh,
bears.
does he?
Yeah.
How come
And
I
they're
didn't know this and haven't
sugar-free.
eaten them?
Yeah, they were sugar free and they tasted actually pretty good. He had them during our Extra Life live stream, I believe. He was trying to feed me all kinds of weird candy. I didn't like the chocolate with coconut. It was like like coconut can be grainy sometimes, and it was not my jam. But anyways, we hope that you guys enjoyed that. It was a really cool look, and I know we've been asked a ton of times to get Bacon back on, so we got him on. Maybe I might need to work with him on his mic quality a little. But
It wasn't too bad. The only thing that got to me was was hearing myself speak a little bit, but
oh,
I just trucked through that. But it was okay.
it's always
I
weird
really
hearing
want to know
yourself.
where Michael was in
Yeah,
that.
it's where in the
I wanna
world
see his
is
screen.
Michael Bacon? Is the
I tried to summon him, but my GM commands were broken. I think.
Did you forget to turn on like your commands?
No, I was. I
Okay.
was. I
Okay.
just.
Yeah, the mic was peaking. That's why we warned you all in advance about it.
But I thought it would just be a cool little chill video to show you guys. It actually, I recorded it in 4K as well, so maybe after the stream we'll upload that to YouTube. I think it's worthy, right?
Yeah,
what do you think?
go for it.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
What does the chat think? You think we should load that up to YouTube or no?
No, I don't think they want it.
Yes or no? Yeah, 4K on YouTube. Yay, nay.
But I do want to say that, you know, if you've been following our development progress, some of those big rock formations and stuff like that, we've been showcasing like the progress of like the concept art to the creation of them, and now you're seeing them in the world. And I think like that to me is really exciting to showcase, because I've worked on a lot of games and I haven't gotten to showcase like the development progress and process of it. So you're actually getting to see those step by steps. And I'm pretty sure we have an overwhelming yes in chat.
Oh, good.
Anything else that you guys want to add in there? I didn't see a lot of questions in chat. I know that there's some things that we prefaced in there.
Yes.
The water stuff.
Hey, Apple Scruff. How's it going tonight, man?
To that, a lot of the lighting is
Yeah.
not finalized.
listen.
And
Yeah, just to
Hey,
go over.
thank you
a little bit maybe what
for
you
the
saw
follow.
there and talk a little bit about it. Some of the eye adaptation actually still needs to be balanced a little bit. It can get a little bit dark. The lighting is still getting passes on it as we speak. Additionally, you saw that there's a lot of polish that's missing, and that's because, you know, as we said, this is Alpha 1, and a lot of while it looks great and the environment team is unbelievably amazing, they haven't had
They really
time
are.
really. They haven't had time to polish it to the extent that they will polish it. That looks so good. So that being said, there was something else that was in there that I wanted to mention. I can't remember now. Oh, water shader. Sorry. So the ocean shader will actually be replaced. And while you guys might think this looks good, the final version of the ocean shader will look amazing. And this is a good placeholder, but it's not quite there yet. Also, the underwater post-processing effects that are present, which blurs out a lot of what you're seeing under that water, that's going to be touched up a little bit as well. So something to keep in mind.
Yeah, like we're going to want a lot of underwater content, and you need to be able to see it. So we still want you to have that sense of like, yeah, I'm underwater, and this is a different kind of environment, but we also need gameplay to be pretty clear during that too. So
I think the only other thing that I noticed in chat was in regards to the population, like there weren't a lot of creatures in there. You guys are finalizing population, adding more.
Well, this
stuff in.
area that we were running around in actually was still a work in progress on the population side, but I just wanted to kind of give people a look, you know, under the hood of what these zones look like as they're just starting to come online from the environment teams of these large games, these giant worlds, right? So you didn't see a lot of population pass really done here.
yeah,
Design hasn't
I
gotten
can
to this
talk
area.
about that a little bit if
Yeah,
you want
go
to.
for
I
it.
think
Yeah.
it's interesting.
I just thought I
but-
just noticed a couple comments on that.
Yeah, process-wise, right? Environment lays out, kind of blocks in sort of the environment as a whole, right? And environment will pick and prod at that environment over and over and over again until it gets to a pretty final state. Anytime they do that, we need to go back in and redo our population. So what we do is we wait until a given area is like 95% complete before we start putting down things, so that we don't have to rejigger the population every time a change is made, right? When they're pretty happy with how everything is, that's when we go in and start putting things down. We've split up the entire area into POIs. So POIs are points of interest. And these are kind of areas where story happens, where there's like, you know, some kind of historical event, or there's just a cool looking vista, or they're just places of interest that we're going to populate more specifically. And each of these have a story behind them, and there's a lot of you know, prop requests, and so these things aren't finished yet. So they might be at like 50% or 65%. So they're not ready for us to put population down. So that's why these kinds of areas, these kind of like really cool vista areas that Steven's going to show you, don't have population. So that's another layer that comes later on down the road, and that stuff should all be relatively done by the time we get to Alpha 1.
Cool. And of course, There was a couple questions in regards to when Steven jumped off the cliff into the water. Will there be fall damage when you fall into the water? And also, I know there were some questions regarding mounts. A lot of those questions that you guys have asked in regards to mounts is answered in our mounts video. So definitely go check that out. It's a 4K video, lots of answers. So go check that video out. Not right now, but later when you need your fix. But in regards to the fall damage from jumping off a cliff into the water, will there be an element of that?
I don't think so. Not in the water, probably.
Oh no, well, there will be in water, because what we want to do is make sure that with the ship usage that's present in game, right? You're going to have areas of the ship that are very elevated, and we want players to have a risk associated if they were to, let's say, fumble and fall off that ship. It won't be as strong as ground, right? But there will be some damage. Like you noticed when I jumped off into that water, you know, I probably would have died if it were ground, right? So we'll have to have some type of variant that's going to have different degree of, yeah. I mean, that was something that was important in some, you know, and I don't want to keep referring to it, but in another game that had naval play, I really enjoyed the risk that was present when, you know, you would have to climb up the mast or access, you know,
You wanted
the
to use
radar.
glider. You had to have kind of your glider mounts prepared and stuff like that so you could jump down without falling and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Or, you know, if you're a caster, you might have some levitate or
Jeff,
fall style.
Jeff doesn't like fall damage.
No, I like fall damage. I'm just, it's what you saw there was a bug. Like it's the water is being treated like ground there.
Yep.
We will have like sort of differentiating things there, but I was just when I saw it, I was like, oh, that was wrong, and then to hear that it was actually really surprising.
Okay, cool. I know we would be here all day if we answered every question, but we do have a lot of other things to get to. But hopefully I covered a lot of the stuff that I noticed that was going
All
on in
right,
chat.
let's see what else to get into here.
So we have something else that I want to show you. It is web design things. Now, to preface this, it's still you know being a work in progress, but we are scheduled for a late February launch of the initial site. Now, this doesn't mean all of our features are going to be available, but I have been working really hard on this ever since I started. I've been really excited to get the website going. So. A little sneak peek. So first, this imagery kind of gives you like the style of where I'm going with our website. And you know, a lot goes into website design as well, but that kind of gives you that. We will also have a login process, and you'll be able to also sign up with your Google, your Discord, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. So there will be single sign-on solution options for that. Also VK, so it will be specific to your region. Now, some of these features will not launch at the beginning of the website launch, but there will be a lot of that. And then I also have a little video kind of that plays through, like I just scroll through and kind of showcase some of the elements that are on the site. But yeah, I'm going to try to make it very clear to you, you know, what is on it. When you interact with things, like there will be hover effects and click effects. You'll be able to sign into your account, look at your account page and things like that. That top bar will, you know, expand across all of our sites. There will be information on all of our different classes and things like that coming down the line as well.
Okay.
You know, we have our news section and all of that jazz as well.
It's
When
pretty
you click on
basic.
the
It's a
news,
pretty
we'll
good site.
also be able to provide you all of the details. Like obviously,
This is coming
all
from
just
someone who's done
information
website
to
design and
showcase
stuff like that.
the product itself. But yeah, we're working really hard on it, and you know that's kind of the stuff that we're doing. Obviously, it's not finished. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little teaser of what you can see in the future in regards to our design. Moving on from there, unless you guys have anything else you want to add.
It looks great.
Yay!
That's
Yeah, it's
exciting.
looking good.
I'm excited. I'm probably gonna cry whenever we launch, because I wanted a new website for a while. I think I just want to make sure it's really clear what's going on and where things are. The shop will also get a redesign. I don't feel comfortable sharing the looks of that yet because I'm still working on the design with them. But the shop will get a new look as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and just to give you guys some insight, you know, obviously the platform-related things such as the website took a little bit of a back seat because our internal resources really didn't get prioritized for website-related work. They were more towards the game and the back-end functionality of the account systems. But we've had a really great partner that we brought on board to kind of help with this, and that's been Valor Software. You guys probably never heard of them before, but they've done a great job in helping augment kind of the platform team and the workload that's necessary for the website. And Margaret's taken a great hand in kind of directing that design philosophy and whatnot. So good job on that front.
Yeah, it's been really cool. They've been awesome to work with, and we're like a little team that we have, and it's been pretty cool seeing everything come to fruition. A lot of the stuff that they're working on is on the back end of it, the connection of everything. But as we're getting closer to launch, we'll be launching all the different features. As Steven said in the creative director's letter, I'll be putting together an article that goes over, with the launch of it, as well as like what you can expect in the future. I know there were some comments in regards to the forums. I did respond to the forums post about this, but we are not updating the forums currently. That will be in a later phase as well for looks and styles, but that won't affect like the content that's on the site. It'll just be more of like what it looks like.
But you can rest assured that, as the new site rolls out, there will be phases where you will see consistent updates and reworking being done to facilitate a better, easy transition to a more user-friendly back office, as well as the front-end stuff.
Yeah, your account stuff your account page is going to look a lot different. It'll be easier for you to see all of your security options, as well as selecting your email options, and we'll have some documentation stuff for content creators, as well as some other elements in there for referrals. I know there's been a lot of questions regarding that and like stats and stuff. So we'll be bringing all of those things online. That's definitely a lot of stuff that I hear your concerns, and I will make sure that those are in there. Yeah, we're working on all of that. So yeah, it will be exciting. As well as even on our CS front, we'll be kind of making some updates on that for the look and style of the CS page as well. So we're doing a lot of work, and if you have any feedback, definitely toss us on the forums. Toast is amazing and always gets us like the design feedback from all the fronts. So if you have web feedback or things that you'd like to see features, definitely put those into a feedback thread and toss them Toast's way, and I'll make sure that I read that and comment on it as well.
Jeff, I just noticed in the bottom right-hand corner that face, and it scared the heck out of me for like just a moment. Like I was looking at the stream and I was like, oh, what is that? Those eyes. Oh no.
He's always there. I loved the previous stream.
Anything.
It was so good. You don't see anything?
What face?
Yeah.
You should
what
like
face?
tape
I don't know.
it.
I don't know what
You
face
should
you're talking
tape
about.
like a knife to one of its wheels or something. Like a little Chucky Thomas.
Just gotta remember to take it off before my daughter comes home.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah. That's not child's friendly.
That's
Okay,
pretty funny.
Moving on from there, unless you guys have anything else you want to add on the
Look
web
like we
design
get some
front.
environmental art
Or
and
design
character art coming up.
Let's move on to our environment art. Obviously,
Finally,
there's
let's get
bacon
this
and we
going.
saw a lot of it, but we will kind of showcase a little bit more things, because why not more art? So this first thing is beach decals, and I don't know if you want to talk a little bit more about beach decals and what that entails, Stephen or Jeff.
Well, it's just a way to sort of break up the underlying like landscape textures. Basically, they change their form. They're a little bit dynamic, so every time you place one down, it's in a little bit of a different shape. So it kind of breaks up some of the monotony and the repetition. Underneath it.
We have MMO friend showing up.
And then moving on from there, we have our props, and we have quite a few props in here that have been created. Obviously, we've been showing the phases of these from concept into finalized art. Now you're getting to see some
Kitty
other
cat
pieces,
is
like
being
rugs.
needy.
I know we've been showing a lot of
Wants to cuddle.
beds in the past, but now you're seeing some chairs, some tables.
Stuff from my tavern.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's another bunk bed version of this. We talked about bunk beds in a previous live stream, and people thought
I think
that was cool.
the great thing about having so many cultures in our MMORPG, right? I mean, I don't. When I play MMOs, I tend to see maybe 4 races, 5 races. It's very rare that I find an MMO with more than that. But the great thing about these prop sets is that there are unique sets of props that are being created for each of the 9 cultures that exist within the game.
I actually really
You think about
like
It's just
that.
such a large amount of available furniture pieces that then will also lend to character and house customization, which is such an important thing, I think, for making a game your home, so to speak.
Hey, Shay Hearts,
is
thank
the
you
ability
for
to
the
express
follow.
yourself in a unique way that isn't just cookie cutter for everybody, and it's not a small selection of choice. But there's going to be a wide array of opportunity for players to really make their space their own. And that's what you seeing these updates with these props constantly. You're like, oh my gosh, another set of furniture, another set of chairs,
We
but
have
ultimately,
a lot of houses and a lot of buildings, and
exactly.
you all have your own style that you're gonna want to decorate your houses in. Like, you have to think about all of those things. And
Right.
housing in games is insane. I don't know how many of you guys got involved in housing in a lot of other MMOs, but people get a little crazy. They do lots
Absolutely.
and they put other things together to make other things. It's just bonkers.
And that's the best. That's really the best thing. I mean, I remember, Jeff was recounting to me one time a few months ago about the cool creations that people had in EverQuest. I was just listening to him tell me about that, and I was just like, that's pretty awesome.
Someone used like plates at one point and like angled them weird to make blinds, and then put like it was just amazing. It's crazy what they put together to like make stuff. But
give players tools, and they'll do really awesome things with them.
I know people are trying to
Yeah.
guess what race this is, but primarily a lot of these are Empyrean, and then I think one or two of the rugs are Dunir as well. So, or Kalar, sorry, not Junior. You guys are saying they're Junior.
I saw concept art of that table
Moving
before.
on from there, we have some tropics. Now, you got to see a lot of this in-game, but we didn't get to stop in all the locations. So I wanted to make sure that I got to showcase some of the areas that you might not have gotten to see necessarily.
It's got a little
very, very
bit
cool
like Star Wars
It's amazing to
Ewok
see all of the work
feel
that
there.
our team has been
That's
doing.
pretty cool.
Obviously, we showcase it every month, and we had Bacon on, and he talked about it too. Like, that team is they're phenomenal, and
a lot of Yavin.
Yeah,
Is it
they
Yavin
absolutely
4?
are. I
Yavin
mean,
4 is
everyone on the
the
Inferno
moon
team
Ewoks are on.
is phenomenal. But
Right.
one thing that's always been very cool to me to kind of watch through this development has just been the sheer size of the
I know
world
what
and
I
the
mean.
complexity of it. I mean, like Bacon said, this is the largest project he's ever worked on, and I know that's true for many at the studio. But
I don't know that there are too many projects that could be qualified as larger.
the maps are insane.
It's pretty big, but I mean, all of that again goes to creating an experience that has such an opportunity for a unique feel to us as players, but also has that kind of traditional gravity that we want to see in MMOs. So the team's doing a great job in filling this world, and it's one step at a time. I mean, it's a very, very large,
Got this
very large
one.
world.
Speaking of large, these flowers are so cool, like mushroom flowers. I added these in here.
Oh yeah,
'cause
Keith
I mentioned it.
worked on these. Keith worked on these, and I don't want to necessarily reveal what their role is going to be, but I just love the kind of color saturation that's present in these, and the bioluminescence that's in them as well, and just they're another unique aspect. I mean, it's just it looks really cool. I love the little mushrooms at the bottom too.
Yeah, they're so cool. It's very beautiful. I love it.
I was telling, I don't remember who I was telling, but I was like, who knows what these trees might do? They could be environmental hazards. They could
PI.
have some like
You're talking
noxious
PI.
gas that comes out. Oh, whoops, yeah, it was PI. Could have some tentacles that fly at you. I don't know, but they're cool.
It's okay, Stephen. You don't have to be concerned about the PI stuff. They have to worry about it. And then
That's
I'm
true.
just managing it all. I'm like trying to remember what was said where. And of course, we're going to move on to our character art, and I think this is a good segue into that. So many cool character art pieces. Now, you've seen some turtles. This is the Timeless Terrapin. I kind of wanted to showcase. We've been showing off a lot of the final product, but I kind of wanted to show you guys before they even get their textures on them what they look like. So this is
turtle looks
the,
pretty good.
Timeless Terrapin.
That looks pretty
Love
good.
it. And then also we
Actually, I
have
haven't
our
seen that photo yet.
flame fin frigate.
What'd you say, Jeff?
I said I haven't seen that turtle yet. I saw the concept art for it, but I
I
haven't
know.
seen it
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
That
Now
looks
you're seeing it in
amazing.
game. I think it actually looks cooler as a 3D than
Yeah, they
necessarily the
really pulled it
concept.
off. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's because there's a lot
Yeah.
going on that concept. Because I was like, I really want this turtle to be it's got stuff grown on it. Like it's been just living in an area for ever. So I
Now
think
the
this
ship-
concept pulled it off.
The ship reveal is actually one of the first ships that has begun getting modeled, and there's still some adjustments to the geo, like the bow needs to come up, I think, a little bit. But Atkins has done an awesome job in getting this started, and
I'm
just
so
to give you some.
excited.
Yeah, I know. Just to give you some context on the size, like that is a frigate class ship, so it's not necessarily the largest, but it is a larger one, and that's intended to hold roughly a raid worth of individuals, so up to almost 40 people.
When I was designing that, it was really interesting because there's nothing like that concept. So I was like, I want this creature, like showing like a bunch of different angles of the creature and like where I would like it to be showcased on the boat. And then the type of boat that kind of like really meshed well with the style of the creature. And I think they just pulled it off really well. So I'm excited to see it actually like in game. I'm like pumped.
Yeah, just to give you guys context also on kind of the, having that many people on a ship, really the intent is for the ship is in essence a vehicle that has operations on it, right? And there are going to be activities for players who are not necessarily the captain, but for them to perform either during combat or during non-combat scenarios that can benefit kind of whatever the strategy of that particular raid is on that vessel at the time. So those are all kind of things you can look forward to.
All right. And then we have, moving on from there, we're going to show the Corvid Castigator. I know Steven has also kind of already sneak peeked this before as well.
Well, we showed, actually, I think we showed that in the past, the Corvid Castigator completed model, but not in game.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I'm pretty sure they showed that.
Oh no, the next thing I have is a Tide Snapper. But this is just primarily to show the water.
The barrel roll.
Yeah, like the particle effects that are going on in the water when
Yeah,
the creature
Jim-
interacts with it.
Jim did a great job.
That's
obviously this was
really
some commentary
good.
We had seen from players
Come on.
during the test.
Look
Why,
at
do,
them,
why,
they're
don't the, why doesn't the
splashing.
water interact with my feet? Why doesn't
Lucifer,
it interact with my
look,
mouth?
they're
Those
splashing.
are polish areas that don't come online usually this early in game development. Obviously, right? These are kind of things that we address
Yeah,
later on. We
Cat
try to get
doesn't
the
care
mold and
about
core
them
things
splashing.
kind of situated first.
It's okay, though.
But Jim did a great job doing a pass on this particular Tide Snapper and seeing the water effects kind of react with its actions.
Yeah, and then this is the Corvid Castigator. The 3D models are made to. I think we have shown off it in our last live stream as well. But I think they added an extra one in here. They're very excited about it. And Steven actually showed an in-game screenshot on our social. So definitely go check out our social media. You can actually see it in-game as well. And you saw it today with Bacon for a moment
For
until
a
we lost
hot
him.
minute.
For a
Until we-
moment.
until we lost him. And then we have this Junior Robes set that is looking pretty amazing. I know, Steven, you had some kind of conversation you wanted to talk about this in regards to like leveling up and attaining new armor and things of that sort.
Oh, sure, yeah. So, these are examples kind of lower level gear. We're doing a little bit of an audit and rework on some of the gear that's been seen. Oh my gosh, it is raining cats and dogs.
It really is.
Mhm, it is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But we're doing a little bit of an audit and rework with some of the starting gear that's present in the current alpha in anticipation for the alpha in April. And this is an example of some of the junior robes that are going to be present.
There hasn't
and
been a
really the
single,
character team
like,
just does an amazing job. It's been a progression.
Armor
They just
character
continue
art
getting
that
better and
I've
better
like,
and better.
man, I really
And it's
hate
gonna
that.
be, I think, really
Each one
cool
has
for
been
you
like,
guys to
damn,
start seeing later down the
that's
road
good.
some high-end gear, because up till now, really all you've seen are these, levels 1 through 10, 10 through 20, and you haven't seen the 30, 40s, and 50s. So,
Pretty cool stuff.
progression that comes into play when you talk about character gear obviously is going to be with regards to the materials that are being used, the general silhouette and its size and impression. These all of these things progress as you move further down that road, as we're accustomed to.
Some people are like, they don't want to see it because they want it to be a surprise. I really like this chest plate section, how it's like strapped on there. That's really neat. It's cool.
Yeah, do we know who did this one?
probably could figure it out if I went through the stuff, but I'm running all the things. So moving on from here, we have some Empyrean hair. So I know some folks were asking for longer hairstyles, more feminine hairstyles. So here we're going to showcase a couple screenshots of that. And then actually I have a turntable of this hair as well.
I think Jinsey did this hair, and just to give you guys, you know, an idea, like again, character art's always progressing, but you can see here kind of the quality and standard that we're aiming for when it comes to, you know, these types of, as Jeff put it, putting a bow on things, right? Jeff, you said yesterday, and it really stuck with me. Yeah, hair is essentially a bow on your character.
Yeah, no, it's like you know, things don't look complete until all the pieces are there, and you don't necessarily know what pieces are missing until it all comes together. And like hair is one of those things that really
Lou,
makes a character
you're
look
making my
complete.
eyes
One
water
of
and
those
my
I think that
sneezes
we
happen.
really want to focus on as you know, as a game, right? Like we want to
Dang,
have
cat. Why
hair
you gotta
tells
be
so
that
much
way?
of a story, and like is one of those ways you really make your character feel like your own. So it's one of those things where you have to think a lot about and make sure we're making good choices on, because that's going to be how you express yourself. You know, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a thing we spend a lot of time on.
I just, in chat, I want to see how many of you spend a really long time on character create for your character. Just to put a yes in chat, because I'm curious. Because I know that there are people out there that spend hours, like sometimes like a full day, just creating their character. So they want to like prepare it and save the template so that like on launch day they have it. Yeah, it's overwhelming. Yes, in chat. So we want to have a lot of options for you and availability on that front.
I've always hated when MMO launch days come and the MMO does not provide you an opportunity to access the character creator and save your options prior, because now you're having to deal with the option of, oh my gosh, I need to rush to get in game so I can level as quickly as possible.
Can't show you guys what I'm
versus
doing.
I want to spend time on my character and I'm gonna have to buy a cosmetic potion later on so I can change what I did to just accepted the presets. But you know, another funny thing, and Jeff and I used to play Pathfinder often, you know, 3 or 4 years ago before the production started to hit the fan. And one of the things I loved in Pathfinder that we played tabletop RPG was just making the backstory of my character, creating kind of the unique mechanics that can be built off of its skill sets. And you know, the same is true for MMORPGs, really, but to a greater extent because it's visual as opposed to pen and paper, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's Cyberpunk 2077. I deleted 3 characters because they didn't look right to me in the mirror. Even though you never really see your character, like they just didn't look right in game, and I had to go back to the drawing board. Like,
That is funny.
That's funny, yeah. I play a lot of tabletop, so for me, I totally get where you're coming from, Stephen, on that front. So, yeah, it's good stuff.
And I really get into it. And actually, you know, it's so funny in the tabletop stuff. Like, I will commit actions that I feel are appropriate from a roleplay perspective for my character based on its backstory. But the other players at the table won't understand, and they'll think I'm just being a, you know, punk. What? Like what?
Like killing my character after we had an agreement.
Wait, what was that? No, remind me, what happened? I don't remember.
Jeff, don't worry, he's killed my characters too.
It was what?
John, I can't remember what it was. It was a custom race, and
oh yeah, we made a race that lived underground. We were called the
Hey, thank you for the follow.
You took out one of our party members, and I was.
But that's because you were racist against us, because you were overlanders.
I wasn't. I made an agreement with you. I'm like, I understand why you had these actions. I could kill you now, but I won't. Let's keep moving forward. And then when I was sleeping, you killed me.
Well, to be fair, I could kill you now is a veiled threat, and we had to kill you because we can't just let somebody who thinks they can kill us live. That was not that was not congruent with our race's personalities that we built. So I'm sorry I killed you, Jeff. I apologize. But you're
a great example of sticking to character.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, great.
Stephen has killed many a character. I feel like probably Montes
As
and
a
Montes
guy
are
who
missing each other right now.
daily does tabletop RPG stuff on his channel,
they were super,
this
they were
conversation
like
really
diehard,
resonates with
cheesy
me
character
on a personal level.
that you and Brian made. It was just an
This was my
affront to the
comments
campaign.
last stream about
Come on,
Wands
we
of
were
Widening.
Shield Bros. We were
Little power gamer. Although to be fair, Jeff is the worst power gamer.
We
I
were
will say
told
that.
to make
Brian
a
asked me
character
for
who
advice on that character.
Yeah.
Did he really?
We were told to make powerful characters because they're probably gonna die, and you made us make like 5 characters. So
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Sorry, I derailed the
okay,
conversation.
it's fine. All right. Beyond that, we've got. Let's go to the next thing. We have the Thundering Bolt Beast, and actually, I have a video of this, so I'm gonna play that. right
Yes.
here. Got a little music in the background too. Hopefully you enjoy it. But yeah, this is the creation of it, and I apologize in advance to our art team when I sent over like the design for this, and not the concept. Before we even got to concept, they're like, "I thought we had these bodies. Why are there so many wings?" And
Yeah,
I'm like,
let's just say when I found out about it afterwards, I was like, Margaret, what are you doing?
Look, I'm following the guidelines now. I just got really excited, and I wanted to create this monster.
But to be fair, what you're seeing here from a scale perspective for the writer is not going to be the accurate scale of a tier 2 mount. This would be, so this is an example of a mount that's tier 2 that you'll have as skins, and some people purchase this, but it can be applied as a royal mount as well. And essentially, if a royal mount is available to you because you're either a lord of a castle or a mayor of a metropolis, we're going to scale up the applicable skins so that they can be used as the royal mount as well. And this is a version of the royal scaling. So
I'm excited to see the variations of this for the NPC monsters and stuff like that. I think you guys are gonna have fun with that.
We will be having lots of fun with it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like kind of what you guys design as far as like monster abilities for it and stuff. It looks sick. So yeah, I'm very excited to see the animation come to life for it. But yeah, I think that is going to be it for our dev update on that front. And now we're gonna get into the Q&A, and then we'll
All
wrap
right.
things up for today. So if you didn't already know, we always put up, well,
All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that one off there. That's their Q&A. Who knows what? I'll go through that later. I got a couple ideas how I'm gonna make this into a video and everything, so we'll see exactly how that goes. Oh crap. Time is it? 1 a.m. already. Crap. Why? Why has it gotta be 1 a.m. already? Well, Charlie, that's because you didn't get off work today till 10 p.m. All right, give me just a minute, guys. Let's go to just chatting here for just a second. All right. I gotta donate plasma tomorrow. Woo! Doing your good deeds. Donate plasma, guys. Doing that at 12:30. Okay. All right. Should probably be good. And go ahead. Well, here. I'm gonna do this for a second. So like I don't like I just got on. I just wanted to like chill out and play some games and stuff, and it's already 1 o'clock after I've done the dev update stuff. But holy crap. Yeah. Alright. I should probably go ahead and call that. Just because time and stuff, guys, I probably should. I know this was short. I'm gonna make this up to you guys, and I will come up a way to get the YouTube video done tomorrow, and I'll have that uploaded for you guys either tomorrow or Sunday. So we have that all good. Yeah, that's what I'll do. But I gotta go ahead and call it here tonight, guys, as I gotta get some sleep. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks to everyone who actually came in, all the questions, all the support and everything, guys. I thank you very, very much. It was really appreciative. God, we had a mod of the actual Ashes of Creation Discord come in, and I didn't even know. It was awesome. That was amazing. Alright, guys. I will talk to you guys later. We'll catch up tomorrow and everything. I will definitely try and get the YouTube video all done and stuff for you guys tomorrow on the new dev update. And try to be a little bit more active this coming week, definitely, with the extra time that I'm gonna have. Thank you guys for coming in. Be sure, please, if you haven't already, follow YouTube, follow Twitter. YouTube will have all of my past Ashes of Creation content on there, plus, all of my tabletop RPG stuff, the entire Oblivion's Calling campaign, which is our persistent campaign, and this is our second season, or the second campaign in this setting for us. But the first one that we've sit down and actually recorded and everything. That's in there. And then follow my Twitter, guys. Always let you know when new Ashes of Creation news comes up. And try and keep active with that as much as I can, guys. So thank you, guys. Thank you for all the love and support. You guys have a wonderful night. And guys, be safe.